What if everything you've been told about mental toughness is a lie? We've all heard the stories, pushing through pain, never stopping, always staying strong. But what if that strength comes at a cost? In the next few minutes, we'll uncover the hidden side of mental toughness, the struggles that no one talks about, the darkness behind the strength. Stay with us to see the truth behind the facade. Mental toughness. It's a word we hear often, people pushing through pain, staying focused, and overcoming any obstacle in their path. But here's the truth, it's not always that simple. We admire those who never give up, but we rarely see what happens behind the scenes. The sleepless nights, the internal battles, the constant pressure to perform. Mental toughness isn't just about powering through, it's about dealing with the toll it takes on your mind and body. Today, we're diving into the side of mental strength they never tell you about, the side that's often ignored, but one that can change everything you thought you knew. At first, mental toughness seems like the key to success, the ability to push through anything and everything. It's admirable, right? But as the pressure builds, cracks begin to show. The emotional toll of always having to be strong starts to weigh heavily. People become isolated, feeling like they can't ask for help. They're trapped in a cycle of never feeling good enough, always pushing forward without acknowledging their own mental fatigue. The more they push, the more they risk losing themselves in the process. But here's the twist, true mental strength isn't about never breaking, it's about knowing when to stop, to take a breath, and to accept that vulnerability is a part of strength. The emotional journey of mental toughness is about finding balance, recognizing the strength in admitting your limits. To understand the full picture of mental toughness, let's break it down. First, we'll look at what mental toughness really is, the idea that pushing through anything, no matter the cost, is a sign of strength. But as we dive deeper, we'll uncover the darker side of this mindset. The toll it takes on your emotional well-being, relationships, and even physical health. Next, we'll explore the sacrifices that often go unnoticed, the isolation, the burnout, the feeling of being trapped inside a shell of your own making. Finally, we'll discuss the path to true resilience, how acknowledging your struggles, embracing vulnerability, and asking for help can lead to even greater strength than blind perseverance. By the end, we'll see that mental toughness isn't about ignoring your weaknesses, but about recognizing and overcoming them. As we explore the dark side of mental toughness, we'll show you moments that many people overlook. Picture a person running a marathon, the intensity in their eyes, but their legs are shaking, struggling to keep going. As they cross the finish line, their smile hides exhaustion, a small pause reveals their true state. Another scene shows someone sitting alone in a room full of trophies, the achievement stark against the loneliness in their expression. The contrast between success and solitude tells a story of hidden sacrifice. These visual cues will emphasize the emotional and physical costs behind mental toughness, the struggle beneath the surface. The battle between what we show the world and what we feel inside is the heart of the inner conflict in mental toughness. On the outside, we see someone pushing through the pain, standing tall, not showing weakness. But inside, the pressure is mounting. The constant need to perform, to be strong, to never show vulnerability, it creates a mental war. The person questions themselves, am I strong enough to keep going? Is this worth it? The battle is not just physical, but mental. Every step they take forward, they're fighting against the growing sense of exhaustion, self-doubt, and the fear of collapse. But the real struggle comes when they try to reconcile their strength with their inner fragility. The conflict between these two forces is the true challenge of mental toughness. Strength isn't about never breaking. It's about knowing when you need to. It's easy to think that true toughness lies in ignoring your limits, in pressing forward no matter what. But there's wisdom in understanding that we're not invincible. True resilience comes from accepting that we will fall, we will falter, and we will struggle. The most powerful people aren't those who never show weakness, they're the ones who can embrace it, learn from it, and rebuild themselves stronger. Mental toughness isn't about being perfect, it's about facing imperfection with courage. It's the ability to pause when you need to reach out when you're overwhelmed, and to understand that strength is not the absence of vulnerability, but the ability to recover from it. Sometimes, it's only when we admit our weaknesses that we discover what real strength feels like. The strongest people aren't those who never break, they're the ones who dare to acknowledge when they're breaking and choose to rebuild. Mental toughness is not about a constant battle against weakness, it's about facing your darkest moments and choosing to rise, not despite them, but because of them. The truth is, it's not the battles you fight that define you, but how you rebuild after you've faced your hardest challenges. True mental strength is found in vulnerability, in taking the time to heal, and in moving forward with newfound wisdom. If you found yourself struggling with the weight of always having to be tough, remember, it's okay to ask for help. Mental toughness is not about doing it all alone. Reach out, take a break, and give yourself the space to heal. If you found this perspective eye-opening, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more insights into the hidden truths behind personal growth and resilience. You're not alone on this journey. The theme of this video centers around the idea that true mental toughness isn't about relentless perseverance at all costs, it's about acknowledging vulnerability, accepting limitations, and understanding that real strength comes from the ability to recover. By redefining what it means to be mentally strong, we move away from the idea of perfection and embrace the journey of self-discovery, balance, and healing. The essence of strength lies not in constant endurance, but in the wisdom to rest, reflect, and rise stronger than before. Throughout this journey, we've framed mental toughness not as an unyielding force but as a delicate balance between strength and vulnerability. We began with the typical image of relentless endurance, someone who powers through adversity without flinching. However, as we explored deeper, we framed the story to reveal the unseen costs of this mindset. The narrative challenges the conventional view of mental toughness by showing how strength isn't about never breaking, but about embracing moments of weakness and choosing to rebuild. This shift in perspective encourages us to rethink how we define resilience, leading us toward a more compassionate and balanced approach to strength. In this video, the symbol of breaking and rebuilding serves as a powerful metaphor for mental toughness. Just like a cracked mirror can be mended to reflect a clearer image, the process of acknowledging our vulnerabilities allows us to grow stronger. The image of the marathon runner crossing the finish line, only to collapse in exhaustion, symbolizes the cost of pushing through without recognizing the need for rest. The theme of rebuilding is further symbolized by the act of stepping back, reflecting, and choosing to move forward with renewed strength. This symbolism speaks to the idea that true resilience comes not from avoiding failure, but from embracing it and using it to fuel personal growth.